Asian influence is felt in her life's work. WGN's Randy Salerno introduces us to one of the biggest players on the world fashion scene and one of Chicago's very own.
This is where it all starts for Chicago designer Tiffani Kim. From her imagination to her hand to paper.
I wanted to be a designer since I was 7 years old. I used to cut my mom's silk dresses and cut it up and make it into doll's dresses.
She says her mother never yelled. Tiffani was born in Korea. Her family moved here when she was 13. Now her dresses sell all over the world. She first studied at the Chicago Art Institute. Then she studied in England, Italy, and Paris. Now in the rear of her River North Institute, Tiffani's drawings come to life. The simple silks will eventually sell in small specialty stores for $1,000 and up.
God, thank you. My lines are very oriental. They're simple and they're very flowy.
Fashion writers say Tiffani uses techniques and trademarks that give her clothes an edge and make them distinctive. Fashion model Deborah Gano agrees.
It's interesting enough that it will catch people's eye, but it's also classic enough that it's going to withstand a lot of the trends and things like that. You know, it's not something that's going to last for 6 months and then be gone that season.
Chicago Sun-Times fashion writer Maureen Jenkins.
I think what's great about Tiffani's style is that she fits into her own category, and Chicago designers by definition tend to be very realistic and wearable, but yet they still are able to infuse their designs and their styles with interesting treatments and things that really make them unique and worth the money.
This is a recent unveiling of Tiffani Kim's work in the Great Hall in Beijing. She is the first Western designer allowed to show off her work here. China is the next market she hopes to crack, and so far, it looks like it will happen. Despite her success, Tiffani has not lost touch with her Asian heritage. In fact, she tells me she uses lessons she's learned from her ancestors each and every day.
Being an Asian living in America, you're not an American. You look different, first of all. But at the same time, if you get so hung up on that, you'll never live your life. You sort of live day by day, and you live today like this is your last day. And you live a day the fullest. Every moment is important.
And for Tiffani Kim, one of Chicago's very own, the moments just seem to be getting more and more important. Randy Salerno, WGN News.
Between the Miglins and the Gianni Versace murder, about Cunanan still being at large, the spokesman said it is still very frightening.
And word of Gianni Versace's murder spread through Chicago's fashion community early this morning. His innovative and sexy designs graced Princess Diana, Madonna, and Naomi Campbell. But you didn't have to be a celebrity to appreciate his sense of style. These colorful designs in women's sportswear are both contemporary and wearable. And that's one of the hallmarks of a Versace label, according to one of Chicago's top retail fashion directors.
Very body conscious. Lots of color, wonderful pattern combinations.
Nina Ivan says Versace's death leaves a huge void in the Chicago fashion industry.
The influence of style, of expertise, of craftsmanship is something everyone wants to emulate, and that will be a great void in Chicago as well as all around the world.
Chicago designer Tiffani Kim says she was inspired by Versace.
I will probably miss him, definitely. In reading Women's Wear Daily and a lot of Vogue magazines and a lot of the fashion magazines, because he was a sort of a trendsetter. Plus, he was very well known with his connection with Hollywood.
Some of those Hollywood names, Elizabeth Hurley, Madonna, and rock singer Courtney Love. She said of the designer today, quote, "I adored him and thought he was a genius." But his appeal